The most reliable quarterback on the roster might be on his way out. A recent addition might not even get the chance to debut. And one of the few true fan favorites might be living his final days in Cleveland. All of this before the season even kicks off. Sounds insane, right? But it's real. The locker room's buzzing. The front office phones haven't stopped ringing, and 3 big-time decisions, each one riskier than the last, could flip the Browns' entire season upside down. Would you have the guts to pull the trigger? Joe Flacco might be stepping off the stage, and no, not because of retirement. His name has been swirling in serious trade rumors involving the Patriots. That's right, the same Joe Flacco who resurrected the Browns' offense in 2023. The same guy who, at 39, became a symbol of grit when everything else was falling apart. Now, he could be packing for Foxborough. According to a reporter, Mark Sipos, the Patriots have real interest in bringing Flacco in as a mentor for rookie Drake May, the kid they just hitched their future to. The plan would be simple. Let Flacco guide the rookie behind the scenes and hold down the fort if May needs extra time to adapt. On paper, makes perfect sense. In practice, it'd be an earthquake in Cleveland locker room. Because right now, Flacco is more than a backup. He's emotional security. He's stability. He's the only guy in that QB room who's been to the playoffs, who knows what real pressure smells like, and who doesn't flinch when everything falls apart. But here's the issue. The room's full. Pickett, Flacco, Shadur Sanders, and Dylan Gabriel. 4 names, 3 spots, 1 ticking time bomb. And keeping Flacco around as QB4, just out of respect or nostalgia, would be, according to inside sources, a strategic waste, especially if the staff truly believes Sanders or Gabriel can already handle the basics this year. So here comes a question fans hate to ask. Would it be smarter to move Flacco now and secure a mid-round pick, or hold on to him for dear life, knowing he might never see the field? The front office seems split. So do the fans. Because cutting ties with Flacco would sting, but keeping him buried on the depth chart without a real path to playing time could poison the environment, especially if the young guys need legit reps to grow. And don't forget, the Patriots were interested in Flacco even before the Browns re-signed him. This isn't a new flirtation. The fit is clean. And if a real offer comes in, say a 4th rounder, the front office might not say no. Flacco might still be the most trustworthy QB on the roster. But in NFL chess, even the king gets sacrificed if you think there's a new queen on the rise. So what would you do, Browns fan? Would you make that trade? And if losing Flacco already sparks debate, get ready for the next shocker. Kenny Pickett might be on the move, too. According to Anthony Palacios from Last Word on Sports, the Cowboys are keeping a close eye on Pickett and maybe prepping a trade offer. That report dropped like a bomb, especially since Pickett barely had time to put on a Browns jersey. But before you call it crazy, take a breath, because this theory actually checks out.
Dak Prescott is locked in as the starter. No question. But behind him, it's a mess. Joe Milton just arrived from the Patriots, trying to carve out a spot, but Dallas wants a more seasoned third option, someone who won't blink if tossed into a crucial game late in the year. Pickett, say what you will, has been through the NFL grinder. He's been hit. He's been a starter. He's made mistakes and survived. That kind of experience is gold for a Super Bowl hopeful trying to hedge their bets. But here's the bigger question. What's in it for the Browns? Right now, Pickett's a walking question mark. He doesn't have Flacco's resume, he doesn't have Sanders' ceiling, and he doesn't bring Gabriel's explosive playstyle. He's the definition of middle ground, safe, steady, but limited. Strategic, if he ends up as QB2, the rookies don't grow. Warning, if he drops to QB3, he loses market value. If he gets cut, well, that's just another case of poor asset management. So why not flip him? Even a 4th or 5th round pick would beat letting him walk for nothing, and it would give the team a clearer path forward. Either ride with Flacco as the true mentor or fully commit to the youth movement and fast-track the rebuild. The thing is, nothing's set in stone yet. Informative. Sources close to the front office say Andrew Berry still sees value in Pickett, especially as a safety net if Sanders or Gabriel aren't ready come September. Uncertain. So this trade might happen. Uncertain. Or it might fade away. Realistic. It all depends on what happens in camp, who shines, who stumbles, and whether Jerry Jones decides to make that call. Because one thing's for sure, if the Cowboys want Pickett, they've got the ammo to get him. So what about you? Would you keep the safe option or clear the runway for something new? In the middle of all this trade chaos, there's one piece of news that should be a reason to celebrate. David Njoku has officially been named one of the top 10 tight ends in the NFL, according to coaches, execs, and scouts interviewed by ESPN. Confident. That kind of recognition doesn't come cheap. Reflective. Njoku went from hype to doubt, and from doubt to full-on respect. He's become one of the quiet leaders on a team that survived a storm in 2023. 4 quarterbacks, a banged-up O-line, an offense on the brink of collapse. Firm, and still he delivered. 882 yards, 6 touchdowns, a well-earned Pro Bowl nod. Analytical. In 2024, the numbers dipped a bit. Yards per catch fell from 11.9 to 7.9, but the impact stayed real. Consistent. He racked up 64 catches, 5 scores, and a level of consistency few maintained during Cleveland's offensive roller coaster. Insightful. But the real story isn't in the stats. It's behind the scenes. Quoting. One evaluator put it perfectly. Quote, before, he was just an athlete. Now, he's a true professional tight end. Strategic. Clean routes, smart reads, situational awareness. Mature. Njoku grew up, and people noticed. Warning. Now, here's the catch. 2025 is the final year of his contract. Realistic. And the better he plays, the harder he'll be to keep. Serious. Respect turns into attention. Attention turns into money. And the burning question in Berea is a harsh one. Quoting, can we keep this guy? Or are we going to watch him hoist a trophy somewhere else?
That fear isn't new. Browns fans know what it's like to lose stars at their peak. But this time feels riskier because the front office is laser-focused on quarterbacks. While the spotlight's on Flacco, Pickett, Sanders, and Gabriel, Njoku just keeps grinding, silent, sharp, dangerous. But he's watching too. Watching the chaos, watching the priorities, watching whether the team he helped keep afloat will reward him or let him slip through the cracks. Because fan love isn't enough. Njoku's gonna want and earn a raise. And with the cap situation tight, every dollar matters. So the front office has to make a choice. Pay the price to keep a locker room anchor, or risk losing more than stats, lose part of the team's identity. And you, Browns fan, you gonna wait for his goodbye post to realize how big a hole he leaves behind? 3 choices, 3 moves that could shape the entire season. Flacco could walk away as a quiet hero. Pickett might be flipped before he even finds his rhythm. And Njoku might be playing his final snaps in orange and brown. The field hasn't spoken yet, but the back channels are screaming. And the fans, they're watching, processing, feeling it all. If you had the power, which of these would be your top priority? Drop your take in the comments because this battle isn't just on the front office. It's for the ones who truly wear this jersey. And around here, the jersey matters.